Facebook and Twitter stuff at the moment. We just want to tidy up the rough edges a bit because that's one of our marketings. We're going to cover the website, so we're going to teach you how to submit articles so stuff can come up on the front page, use the forum so you can have almost internal meetings like the conversation we just had then. You can do that all over the website and send e-tailers and all that. And we're also going to talk to you about a shared events system we're implementing at the moment, so you'll be able to have a shared calendar and log events and all that stuff. And Blair can also run over some social media, so creating Facebook pages and using the appropriate means of hashtags and all that on Twitter. I have no idea how to do that. That's his Twitter expertise. So our vision for the Youth Hub website and marketing is have it a single entity, but have that single entity flexible enough for everyone to do their own thing, but still all interconnected. And I think I quoted Peter there. Every door is the right door. So that's kind of what we're hoping it to be. So you can just go into one place, wrong place, go to the next one, but they'll still be friendly and welcome. Now we'll jump right into marketing already. So the core concepts we want to put across for the marketing: it's young, it's new, it's friendly, and it's non-government. I'm saying non-government even though lots of the organisations are government, because from youth point of view, the moment government gets branded on something, it feels like a big corporation then just comes and looms over you and contracts and so you want to make it come across as a non-government organisation, otherwise people aren't going to get attracted to it. So that's when all the young and friendly, you want it to be open so people can just walk in and say hi, and you want it to feel free so people can just walk in and do what they want. It's not like, okay, you have to wait in this queue here, so they can walk in and see someone.
And the example of that, under organisations, if you flick in, been working income about what logo goes on there, and originally it was going to be working income, and they've changed it, so now it's they've got the youth shop logo, I think.
Yeah.
Which is branded under Facebook for working income, which is really, really good. So keeping the branding in line with this.
Yeah. So marketing etiquette. Just when you're posting stuff and sending stuff to us, you want to keep it simple, because the youths of today, they don't like reading a long post with all the information. They just want to know, if it's an event, what they're doing, where it is, what time, who's going to be there, stuff like that. You want to keep it simple as well, so it's like less is more. Keep it simple, so keep it really short, sharp and snappy. You can have all the other boring stuff at the bottom and all that for people who want to read that, but you want to keep it really short and simple, as I said earlier. You can add something to that.
Because, I don't know, I've been doing a few of the posts on the Youth Hub and that, so what I'll normally do is just a short caption, or whatever, make it kind of snappy, but then put a link to the website with more information. So it grabs their attention, but there's more information there if they want it. Another awesome way to do it is using photos and stuff, because people, I love it when I go through Twitter. I just don't even read, I just look at photos.
I'm like that on Facebook as well. Yeah. I'll just scroll down and go, oh, it's texty picture, look at this, cool, it's got all the information there. So pictures with, like dates, a photo of the location and all of that's really helpful as well.
I think on Facebook anyway, it gives you the option of who you can post as. So you can post as yourself, or you can post as that page. So kind of when I'm ever posting, if I'm posting as a page, I like to post it as just a non-judgmental, just like this is what's happening.
Yeah, so
and then anything personal, I think needs to be posted as yourself. Otherwise, you get things where someone's talking and they're saying something like,
So if you want to, if you're posting, as say a business or the company or the organisation, and you're posting as them, you want to keep it formal. Almost keep that formality running through. So if you want to post a link to like another site that you think's cool, you want to do that more from your personal side, so you can then put in your own personal flair.
So not from your own, not from the business?
No, not really.
You see a lot of the time where people will be having personal conversations or very personal kind of stuff, but they'll be doing it as a Facebook page and it just looks really bad for that page.
Yeah.
So, but you can still go on that and post with that cool stuff, just not necessarily as the Facebook page itself. You want more that page to just be related to that content. Yeah, yeah. So that's one bit.
I've found that what I've been doing is I've gone and white teacher stuff and as the actual Facebook and it's quite rubbish, but you can unlike the mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I haven't really played around with liking it as a page, but it can be.
It's something I need to ask you about to me for some questions.
Yeah, that's cool. Because when I normally like, it's kind of like if you do, so you could like all the other pages
Yeah,
to do
so
with the youth hub.
it's
and
like the youth hub
If you're
page.
working with another group, you could like their Facebook. But it's really up to you, I think, when it comes to
Yeah.
liking it.
Yeah, liking's not too important. It's more about the content that you post. Yeah, and the same goes for Twitter. You know, if you want to tweet something as the company, it's just related to the company or organisation. But then if you want to,
Twitter's a bit harder with changing.
yeah, but if you want to tweet something, unrelated, but then still tagging the company, Lee can show you how to do that.
We had an issue at CBRT with a tweet going through, and can you delete, like with Facebook, you can take things off if it's offensive, like if it's offensive on when you don't
Twitter,
use it.
because the problem with Twitter is it's not a direct post to their wall, like on Facebook it's a wall. You actually use an @ tag, so that the post still belongs to them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I've never actually tried to do it before.
I
so
think
I'm
you can
not
flag it
sure.
as spam though, so if it's abusive you can mark it as spam and then it'll get hidden until a moderator approves it or something.
Yeah, I think it's moderate.
Yeah, that's another thing.
We actually had
All the
that
companies
very
and stuff
issue
spamming
with
you all
the
day.
Yeah,
with the
Because it takes quite a long time to get it removed, but I believe they do.
Yeah, so that's another thing as well. You just want to make sure that some of your content gets moderated.
you actually just have to be careful who you're following, because they can appear underneath the tags and then you can't get rid of the post. They'll still show up if other people are looking at the post. So we had a like hotbody.com following us, and they'd liked something or favorited a post that was to do with elementary pod in the US, and so they had hotbody.com coming up on the post, which isn't appropriate for the age group. And I couldn't delete that post because it belonged to them, and I couldn't get rid of it underneath our post, so I had to delete my post and then block them so they couldn't favourite our posts.
Yeah, so that comes under moderation. You just need to make sure monitor what you're doing, and every so often you might want to scroll through who you're following and what you've liked, because like sometimes with go, how did this end up on here? Some of the stuff can
Twitter's a lot more flexible when it comes to stuff like that. Because Facebook you can block people instantly, and Twitter's more anyone can see anything, and that's kind of an upside to Twitter because anyone can see.
What is Twitter? Is it like Facebook?
It's a lot like Facebook. It's more businessy, so a lot of the
really?
older generation.
Yeah.
use it.
Oh, really?
Well, Twitter's
It's
more
something
designed
that
for
we need to be on more.
Twitter's more designed for instant stuff. So like if I was here, I could say I've just had a cool meeting at ActionWorks. It was all the companies at Youth Hub. You can just tweet that from your phone. It's more designed for just instant stuff. Facebook's more designed for posting information almost.
We'll show you them later.
Yeah, we'll get around to some live
Yeah.
demos.
They call Twitter microblogging.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just thought,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that Twitter thing. Or...
Yeah, well, we can show you. Yeah. So the next thing I want to cover is the marketing design. One thing we also want to keep is the Youth Hub brand. So we want to keep it as a centralized brand. So at the moment we're creating templates for letterheads and flyers and all that. So some of the bigger organisations might have their own, and that's fine. But some of the smaller ones, we can provide you with templates, and you can just fill in the content and add your own logo. And we just want to do that so we can keep a generic brand, and as the reputation of Youth Hub builds up, they can see the Youth Hub logo and they'll see the theme come through and they go, that's a good brand, I want to read it, I want it, that sort of thing. So we just want to focus on, especially even language design. So when you post something on Facebook or Twitter, you just want to make sure that you've got a generic wording style that other businesses and companies may use when you post stuff. We can get to that later on though.
Yeah, I think the templates are really good to keep
Yeah.
it kind of that high class.
Especially something like we're creating email footers as well, a generic Youth Hub email footer. So if you want to actually have a Youth Hub email footer, we'll just, location, cell phone contact and all that information with the Youth Hub logo, so you send an email and it will just start circulating around, which is what you want. The next thing is press for marketing. All press really needs to be moderated before it gets sent out to anyone. So you'd want maybe someone from your organisation or one of us or another organisation just to read over it, and you don't want to release press about other people. Press is traditionally just about you and stuff relating to you. You normally want to have a dedicated spokesperson as well for your press, so one person that will do all the press speaking instead of lots of people, otherwise it can get a bit funny if one person's trying to get information about that via the press. And you also want to keep it balanced, and what I mean by that is, so say you're talking about homeless youths and all that and how you're trying to get them, you then want to balance it by saying, these youths that are now homeless, we're getting them in homes, and they're getting jobs, they're building a future for themselves. So you want to keep a balance between good and bad, especially in something like the Youth Hub. Otherwise, people might get a bad image. So you want to keep a neutral feeling.
Yeah, I think it's the getting it moderated.
Yeah.
Because even I do that, but even if I'm posting a tweet or something, I'll actually send it to Renee or I'll send it to Mitch and be like, what do you think of this? And they might, a lot of the time you might not be thinking, rush it and you spelled something wrong.
Yeah. So that's just checking over it and making sure.
It's really helpful.
Make sure the content that you're releasing is entirely relative to what you're doing.
And they'll have a wee bit to add.
Yeah, they might
change.
have a bit to add, so that's always good.